Good evening, everyone. Mario17. We're coming with the late upload today with Brian T. City Ortega set off to fight against Alexander Volkanovski at UFC 266. What can I say about Brian Ortega? Has he improved the amount needed to beat Alexander Volkanovski? My honest opinion is no. And the reason why is that, after rewatching the Jung fight, I think that his improvements are obviously there. It was a step down in competition. Volk and Max aren't no Korean zombie. And Ortega, it was more so he refined his fundamentals, right? Like his jab looked great, good leg kicks, good mixing up the takedowns and everything. But in terms of his footwork, in terms of how he sets up certain strikes, and seeing the way how Volkanovski was able to counter the legs of Max Holloway, I think from a skill perspective, I think Volkanovski is the more skilled fighter. Now, does that mean that Ortega's not going to win? No, that the man has some pretty good powers. You can see by the level 1 and level 4 straight. He can do some damage. He dropped Jung a couple times with those said strikes. His grappling's always a tremendous threat. His elbows are extremely good. It's he's very much so an opportunist when he goes against like higher level competition, and Ortega actually has a proven history. He'll be losing fights, and then in the third round he'll come back and do some shit. And against Max, he stunned Max with a spinning elbow, and then Max proceeded to do what Max does. But I think Ortega, he's definitely improved, but I don't think unless he really hurts Volk, and I think if he hurts him, it's gonna have to be catching him on a level change with an uppercut. He has really good uppercuts, or catching him with that spinning elbow. He has a really good natural timing with that. I think that's it. But in the game, he's a pretty solid fighter, and we're going to take him over to quick fight and get some work done with Brian Ortega. So another thing with Ortega, right? Like in this game, he got his buffs. His health stats are obviously pretty solid. His boxing is pretty good. I think if anybody has boxing level 3, they're pretty much set. The higher level boxing combinations obviously they help tremendously, but with Ortega you can mix up just enough. And going against a Chang Sung Jung here, and he did a really good job of fighting off the back foot against Jung. So let's see if we can try to emulate that. He had some good uses of feints, although I noticed that Jung was able to, even in autopilot, was able to counter a few of Ortega's lazy entries. So that's something you can't do against Volk. Okay. Lunge a little bit too soon there. Okay, calm down, happy man. And the one thing with Ortega, like his patience was really good to see against Jung. Good pull counter as well. And he was doing a lot of these like L steps. He did rhythm step a couple times, and by rhythm step I mean that there was a few times he would bounce a little bit before he would strike, and I don't think that's necessarily a good thing to add to your repertoire, considering how bad, for example, Kelvin Gastelum got punished, with the said rhythm step. If you don't know what a rhythm step is, you need to go check out Barry Robinson, and he breaks it down pretty well. It's not a good thing. But for the most part, his striking has improved. He's defensively solid. Good leg kick from this Jung. And the thing about Ortega is that he will very much, he's okay with losing the initial half of a round if he can make the reads to punish his opponent. That slip straight is there. No spinning elbow. Oh, that took his head back. There it is. No, couldn't get him. There you go. We're going to get the leg kicks. Oddly enough, around the same time that Ortega ended up dropping Jung, we're going to try to mix in a little takedown feint. Go. Duck and counter. I held R2. Alright, let's make it a corner. See, when somebody keeps throwing when they get hurt like that, it's going to take a shunk ton of stamina. We got him down. I think it was a pretty good fight to watch, especially, you have to remember, he was hadn't fought in 2 years. He had been training with the likes of TJ Dillashaw, Juan Archuleta, Cub Swanson, somebody he defeated. And it shows, his striking has gotten better. Huh? Oh, I went the wrong way for that. No. I think, but I just think that from a technical perspective, I just think Volk is the better fighter. Overall, like he just has more things to his game that he's better at. I'm just gonna try. I am terrible at the subs. I've barely been playing this game. I am terrible at the subs right now. I need like a few more warm-up matches before this. Oh, Jesus Christ. But I think what Ortega excels at, like if he gets somebody hurt, if he gets Volkanovski hurt, like he got hurt twice against Max, the round ended and he recovered well. But I think if that happens, a minute in, 2 minutes in, Volk gets caught with something while being lazy, I think Brian can definitely submit him. And people who are fans of Max Holloway would love to see Ortega win, because if Ortega wins, that's dare I say, an easy title get back for Max Holloway, right? Got him with the stun there. Now, earlier in Ortega's career, he used to throw a lot of crazy spinning shit. And you could, like, crazy spinning kicks, lead hook kicks, side kicks to the head. I could still throw that with him, obviously. But, it's more so with this showcase. Listen, I'm not the best sub artist. Like, I'm good with joint subs, and it's just been a while. But we're just trying to embrace this striking mixed martial artist that is Ortega. Another thing he's really good with, he's in love with the hook there. He's also really good at timing that slip elbow. He's also using a lot of lunging hooks against Chang Sung Jung a couple times, especially from southpaw. That stunned him. Intercepting him with the cross a couple times too. Doing the slip elbows as well. This guy keeps just moving his head all over the place when he gets stunned. And sure, that's a good idea, but it's just going to leave your body open. Good leg kick. And when he was in southpaw, Jung had a hard time. Now granted, watching that round 2 back before Ortega hit him with the spinning elbow, Jung was winning a lot of those exchanges. Like at least enough to like win the round up until that elbow. And from what you hear about Jung, he says that elbow, changed the whole dynamic of the fight. That's a credit to Brian. And they had him on autopilot, so. Ooh. I should have went for the spinning elbow there. That would have been nice. And another thing with Ortega, right? His pace wasn't. It was a pretty good pace against an opponent that was very hurt. He didn't get the finish, but he definitely he beat him for 5 rounds, hurt his leg. I think that just the pace of Volkanovski, the numbers that he was able to put up against Max Holloway is very telling. And that man does his homework. And if he keys in on any of Brian's tendencies, he'll definitely punish that. Let's go. Ooh, sat him down with that one. Ooh, and the spinning elbow. Get him out of there. Let's try to go for the sub. I will say that with Brian, he could surprise us, right? Maybe he could see the things that I think that I believe I see. And he's improved upon that as well. And maybe he, gets Volk out early. Now, my question is, if Volk loses, does he get an automatic rematch? One will think yes, right? One would think yes, right? Like Holloway got an automatic rematch, and he lost 49-46. He lost 49-46 and got an automatic rematch. So, who knows? Who knows how this will play out? I think featherweight has 2 of the best guys. It's like the 1A and the 1B of a division. You know what I'm saying? Like, those 2 are like the best guys, and they're just within centimeters of especially the Max Holloway that showed up against Volk in the second fight. Like, Max would have a hard time with cage cutting, really. Like, he pressures people with his body hooks and everything like that, but that comes with the pace, his chin, the attrition that he wears. I'm talking too much and I fucked up this sub. But his improvement, especially re-establishing his kicking game, it made him a really, really crazy good threat. And then obviously we saw what he did to Calvin. And I just, it's got to be an opportunistic moment for Brian. Excuse me. Okay, spinning elbow. That animation is trash. I'm gonna keep it buck with you. That animation is trash. That is a terrible animation. That is not. There could be a way better animation for this. It's extremely off-putting to me. I think that they would have been better to keep the UFC 2 spinning elbow animation for that strike, because I just think the way he spins and then the amount of wonkiness that can happen off of that spin, I'm not a fan of it. But we're up 2. No touch. We'll switch to the southpaw and try to get that intercepting cross. Works really well in open stance matchups if you lead with the cross instead of the jab. Let's go. That slip elbow. Woo! Alright, we got him out of there. I just wish that, sometimes I wish the ground and pound is so... Sometimes it's just not fulfilling. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not the same effect it would have if you get the ground and pound. I wish they would flesh it out a little bit more so it's a little bit more active and you see the fighters having to move and whatnot. The little mini game at the end there, bro. We get the little slip elbow. Ortega, when he countered Frankie's entry with that lead elbow, that shit was nasty. But yeah, tried to go with the uppercut, slipped it, boom, hit him with the left elbow. Good. Go off to a good start. And the ground and pound takes him out. So far, so good. If you like that slip elbow, you know what I'm going to say. If you ain't already subscribed, drop the subscribe. You got to drop a like for the video, too. But we'll get to that point. We'll look for a few more fights. Speak of the devil, Holloway. Now, the thing about Holloway, right? People can kind of say like, oh, anybody can pick up Holloway and do this, and that, and maybe to an extent with certain strikes, but you know, there's always I hope it's not like you fight. Okay. Oh yeah. I can already tell. People always try to say that somebody can just walk up on somebody and do whatever. Like, oh, you can just press buttons and not do anything. And I say, get the fuck out! Oh! Woo! Fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. Like, I do this shit on stream too. Like, I'll talk about this stuff. Ultimately, the onus is on the player to counter what they can counter outside of things that are extremely broken. And if you see somebody who's wantonly throwing, you know, at some point you gotta make the adjustment and punch. I did not expect that to be a fucking body KO off rip, though. Damn. Rip that guy. I'll fuck with it. Let's search for another one. Ooh, that boy's toast. Yo, I can't believe I violated that max like that, bro. No, Rodriguez. Now with Yair, this is a fight I think would be pretty cool to see. You know, two Mexican fighters, both pretty, you know, good at what they're good at. I don't think Rodriguez's gas tank is always going to be a little questionable for me. Oh, this guy's just, yeah, he's just planting, ripping, and killing his stamina. Alright. But his gas tank is always questionable for me. Like, if you're getting held down by Jeremy Stephens and, you know, you won those first 2 rounds clearly, and then you're getting held down by Jeremy Stephens in round 3. You know, it's a problem, right? Because Frankie Edgar was the one that exploited that weakness. And I think Ortega's, like, his takedowns definitely improved. Especially at the training lab, working with TJ, and Jesus fucking Christ. Why do people throw that stupid fucking front kick, like, from God knows where? Get the fuck out of here. But, you know, like, I'm looking at it in disbelief. Like, I'm like, is he really going to throw this shit again? And he just fucking does it. Alrighty. He's getting hurt on every single small exchange. Like, because he keeps whiffing. He's not, I could tell he's not letting his stamina recover. There we go. Set that up. I used to think that, well, Yair's gonna, I heard that he's set to fight Max soon, right? Like, he's gotta knock Max out. He's gotta catch Max with some shit. Oh, this boy hurt. Oh, that boy hurt. The flurry, though. Take a flurry and try to go for the guillotine. Fuck, he denied it. Oof. Oh, my God. Egregious behavior. One thing with Ortega that he got good at with these kicks, is he there? Okay. With with the kicks, like, he did a really good job of. Oh fucking Christ! Jesus! Oh fuck! What was I saying? Fuck out of here, dude. But he did a really good job of, like, punishing Zombie when he was heavy on that lead leg with those kicks, and then when he would switch off the southpaw. Like, if he would whiff a kick, he would switch off into southpaw. Fuck. I think that converted into a knee. Let's go. That's really good. Man's going for the lag. Jesus, dude, it's round 1. Oh, man. Oh, dude. You are in some danger. Ortega's hunting for you. Let's go. I don't know how much stamina that cost me, but that was fucking worth it. For those of you who want to know how to hit that, you just gotta duck and back clinch going forward. I mean, duck and clinch going forward. Oh, I fumbled. This is the hard part, though. Like, I feel like when I'm streaming, I can, like, talk and do certain things a little bit easier. But, like, when I'm trying to talk about, like, the fighter sometimes in my showcases, fuck, like sometimes I just miss windows of opportunities to get cool shit. So, sometimes. But at least I managed to get that. Nope. That being said, you know, I think this would be. I think that if Volk beats Ortega, right? And I assume that Volk's gonna beat him. Like I really think, outside of anything wild happening, I think Volk is gonna beat Ortega. I'm pretty confident on that. So cross my fingers and shit. And Max beats Yair. You know, we can see Ortega versus Yair. So we'll touch him up. Ooh. It's the same entry every time, right? Like he goes to that lead leg kick into the cross. You check the leg kick there. He's just holding forward on all his strikes. Like he's just reaching into the range, and he's trying to figure out. He's like, what the fuck do I have to do to touch this guy? Pause. Oh fuck, you checked that one. Yeah, he's okay. Oh man, flash KO. Okay, fine. Ortega's apparently Ngannou, fellas. Yeah, he's apparently Ngannou. But yeah, I think this is a fight that could definitely happen. You know, if God, we have to see Max versus Volk 3. That's gonna be that second fight is probably one of the best MMA fights I've seen in a very long time. But got this guy out of here. I think we're gonna go with one more. You know, we're gonna go with one more fight, and then we're gonna get to uploading this thing. So I'll be right with y'all when I get into the fight.
All right, coming up next, it's a featherweight matchup between Alexander Volkanovski and Brian.
Oh yeah, all this stuff about John Jones. Sorry, Henry. Yeah, boy is wildin'. That man said I'm gonna do some unceremoniously illegal something, whatever the hell he said, and then gets arrested hours or the day after. Dude has some demons. We touch him up. We'll see how this goes. One thing that I'll say is that there's a lot of different archetypes of players. And see this guy, he's trying to play the outside hang by the black line game and then go forward like a 2 or 3 piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my left stick and I'm just going to circle to the right, circle to the left, check that kick. I'm just going to try to draw out responses, right? We're going to try to play like a very smarter Ortega, right? I feel like the last 2 opponents weren't as quality as the Jung. You know, Ortega used them body teeps really well against Jung in real life. Check that kick again. He's not setting those up. Ooh, a spinning back fist, right? And this is what I'm talking about when it comes to players, right? Like they make it extremely obvious when they're gonna come with something, when they're gonna make an entry. Like they just, all right, I'm waiting for him to come in now. All right. Whoa. Did he accidentally throw a 7-piece? Chill, my good friend. Chill. I'll get in my flow too. Oh, yeah, that leg is hurt. And notice that every single time he gets, right? Like, I can't see shit right now, but I know, like, his stamina is recovering. Like, he's backing up because he's letting his stamina recover, and he's trying to do that. Alright, good intercepting knee. That's another thing. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know, Hammer can tell me, because he's a big Ortega fan. Jesus Christ. But, I'm pretty sure Ortega timed a knee against, Clay Guida in the fight he was losing against Guida, and then rocked him with a knee. His corner told him to, and he didn't. So that's another thing that he could use against Volk. He's frame-wise the bigger fighter in that sense. So it's just about uppercuts and knees from Ortega and how well he can use them. Lunging hook. Body cross. This guy's stamina's getting sapped. He's getting sapped. He's whiffing so much. And that's kind of like what I I did some watching with Ortega and Morcano, and while Morcano was winning the fight on the scorecards, if I'm not mistaken, it was definitely attrition of Ortega's body work. Oh, come on! How was that not I probably hit his fucking shoulder. Okay. So do I have a sub from here? Nope. Fuck. I probably should have checked if he had a fucking sub from there. But shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. I just fucking voted there. Alright, we're just gonna relax. Oh, come. That's one of my issues with the game. That is one of my issues. Right, so he went lunging forward with that head kick and he missed. Oh! Alright, that should have killed him. But, anywho, he went lunging forward with that kick and all his body weight's going forward, right? He should have had to at least stumble like a step or two off of that whiff before he was able to retreat backwards. Like, when you talk about trying to make a game more sim, it's not as simple as slapping a stamina tax on stuff and then trying to have people have a stare off, because that's not sim. You have to properly implement realistic consequences to certain things that people do, and then also provide a way for people to counter what they can counter, and then have that be a certain skill gap. You can't let the game gift wrap you respect. You have to earn that respect, right? Like, you know, like when you go against, I'm sure you guys have played on Xbox, right? You guys run into Martial Mind. You don't do certain things because you know Martial is going to counter you, right? Like, you don't go to Martial's body too much because you know Martial is going to fucking uppercut you. So that being said, like, I don't want a game where, like, you know, for example, right there, right? He just forward whiffed and I ducked, and there should have been a collision there. And then there should have been like a brief clinch action. Alright, hit him with the cross. Oh my god, how is he? That man can fucking recover, I tell you that much. Ah, man. But that's what I mean. If you want to fix things with regards to entries, range management, and everything, you just have to implement real life consequences to doing certain things at a specific range, and then you'll get a better game because you'll get people that are a little bit more careful, and then whew, that jab is popping them. The jab is popping them. Oh, let's go. Trying to get him out there like I did. Edgar. Okay, that was way too fast. Nothing. He walked right through that. I really want this to slip out, bro. And that's just something I think they should just look at for like the next game. Like for example, UD3 isn't the best game in my opinion. Oh fuck, I was pulling. I gave up a lot of grapple finish there. But I'll say, like, in terms of most of its grappling to striking stuff, it was pretty accurate for the most part. You still had to input most of it. But some things shouldn't be automatic. Some things definitely should be a consequence of certain actions. And I think if you can properly implement those said skills without it being broken, I think they're in a good spot. Good job hitting up there. If he would have head kicked me and flashed me, it would have been tight. Yeah, this would be worst case scenario for like in the real life fight, you know, like Volk walking into a bunch of counters. Speaking of devil. And he tried it. Oh, why is it? At that point, with the amount of damage he's taking, bro, back-to-back knockdowns he should have got. That should have been a flash. I'm just saying, I've seen less be flash KOs for stupid shit too. But you know, that's also another thing, right? Intangibles, right? How tough a fighter is. Oh, he's gassed though, right? This is 97 cardio fucking Volk, and he's gassed in round 2. That's a result of the stuff that I'm doing with Brian, right? I'm moving my head. I'm being very proactive with my defense, and I'm countering accordingly. I'm getting these drops and getting these knockdowns, and it's sapping away. Look at that. Whew, sometimes I love like being able to like flow and be on a good autopilot, right? Like just I'm just talking and then doing certain shit instead of being in that bad autopilot where you're trying to rush the guy out of there. Smooth, like I'm feeling smooth. But yeah, I just think that you know, too long didn't read TLDR. I think that Rogue's gonna win, but I think Ortega definitely has the ability to win. This guy refuses to glove touch. He kicked the air. He's confused. He's kicking the mosquitoes. I see you. He's banged up. You can tell he's banged up. To his face. I am untouched. Right there. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oof. Let's go. Do I have a sub from here? Yes, I do. Shit. I wish you could go to like a mounted triangle right away or some shit instead. But yeah, this is a wrap. This is a wrap. All right, we managed to get at least one, another good sub, I think. But yeah, we'll call it the end. Yeah, we definitely call that end of the showcase here. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I mean, like, drop your predictions in the comment section if you think Ortega is going to cause the upset against Volk. I know the odds are close, but I really don't think they should be. Again, I could be proven wrong later today. You know, it's pushing 11:55 or some shit right now. About to be 12, so yeah, later today, could be wrong. But boom, cracked him with that elbow. Body went limp onto the canvas, and I took his arm home. Alright, that's it for Brian T. City Ortega. Drop a like for the video if you enjoyed it. Let me know what your thoughts are about my analysis about the fight. And we're going to see if we can get out a Volkanovski showcase sometime this afternoon after I wake up from a well-deserved nap. Romero 17, I'm out of here. Take care.